Awesome. Yeah, so that's your camera.
What's up, baby?
That's my camera. All right, welcome everybody to the Think Outside the BlueBox podcast, where we feature creative journeys and just local artists that are in the area. And today I have with me John Jacobs.
Hello.
Here in the Tampa area.
It's a pleasure to be here. Hooray. The crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes wild.
Yeah, they can't see. We're in a big warehouse studio. It's packed. Thank you.
They can see the kitchen behind you. So.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
that's not this part. They can't see that part.
Well, welcome, man. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. My introduction to you was actually your stand-up comedy that you did on YouTube. It was the when you were at Curtis Hickson, and it was very, very cringy comedy. Tell us about that.
I did a full outdoor special. I've done a bunch of like specials that are in places that you wouldn't normally see comedy. The first one I did was on a train at the airport.
Nice.
And I called it Plane Train. And because it was a 5-minute ride back and forth from the terminals to the rental cars. So I was just doing a 5-minute clean set over and over and over again. And that was exciting. And then I put that on TikTok and it got, a lot of traction. So I was like, okay, people seem to like this. So I started doing more outdoor, stand-up stuff. And it's worked out and people have really liked it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you do actual stand-up?
Yeah, I've been doing actual stand-up for 14 years this month.
Nice.
So it's nuts.
How old are you, man?
32.
Get out of
Started
here.
when I was 18. Yeah,
Nice.
Senior in high school. Started doing
You've been doing
stand-up.
stand-up since then?
Yep, all through college and then, never stopped.
Where have you played?
Where have I played? All over the country. I've performed in London. Where have I played? I don't know. Most
Just
states.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. How did you get started in comedy, man?
I was just always the funny kid in school, and people kind of pushed me into it. And I wasn't really good at anything else, so I was like, okay, it seems I can do something people like.
Let's do this.
So I really leaned into the comedy and just never went back.
What is it about comedy that kind of sparked that in you?
Maybe just making people laugh and seeing people happy makes me feel like I have some value, or I'm doing something good in life. Because it feels really good to see a group of people laughing at something you did because you made that moment. I go, nice, I created
I did
this.
that.
Makes me feel good.
Have you bombed?
Oh, a million times. Yeah, I've bombed so many times. But at this point, after so many years, it's less frequent. It's like when you start, it could be like every other time. But now at this point, I'd say 19 out of 20 times is going to be good.
Hey, that's...
And then, if 1 out of 20 is bad, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
So tell us about your journey, man. What kind of stuff are you into? How did you get started?
My journey. Oh, man. I don't know. I have Tourette syndrome. I grew up with that, so I always felt like an outsider a little bit. I didn't really relate to most people. But, when I was a little kid, the first stand-up I remember seeing was Dana Carvey on HBO. And he had this great special where he incorporated music and stuff. And it just looked like he was having so much fun and being so silly, even though he was like an adult. And I was like, oh, wow, you can grow up and still just be like super
Still be
silly.
a kid, yeah.
Yeah, so I immediately fell in love with that. And then guys like Pablo Francisco and just even Tom Green, just like this abstract kind of stuff.
Hilarious.
Oh, I'm such a fan. Just he basically invented the internet, like the stuff
Pretty
he
much,
did was
yeah.
so ahead of his time. And
He was the first viral.
yeah, he was just the stuff on the street, the weird things he was doing. And so just I've always been a fan of comedy and just being silly. And, I hated school. Like, I didn't like doing work in class. So it was like, well, I'm not going to work. I might as well, talk to people and see what I can do.
Make them laugh, yeah.
Yeah, just have fun. So I've always just been about, just, I don't know, having fun and doing whatever you want.
That's awesome, man. And how did you end up in Tampa? Have you always been from Tampa?
I went to the University of Tampa.
Oh, yeah?
From Washington, D.C.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're originally from Washington,
Yeah,
DC?
I grew up in Chevy Chase, Maryland, which is right on the border of the city, which is funny because Chevy Chase, Maryland, my name's John Jacobs. So it already just sounds unbelievable.
Chevy Chase and John Jacobs.
Yeah, people go, no, you're not. You're full of shit. And I was a boxing trainer, too, at one point. So that's another,
oh my God.
all these things sound unbelievable. I say it was a boxing.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, when I was in college, I started working at a boxing gym by my school. And yeah, just sometimes I talk about it on stage because it's like I used to be a boxing trainer, and everybody's like, "No, you weren't, you skinny bitch." Like, it's like I swear, I don't know why everybody's so mean. Nobody believes it. But
Did you actually box?
I mean, I
just
sparred
train?
sometimes, but
Yeah.
yeah, mostly just training.
Just train.
Yeah, I'd be the guy that hold the mitts, you know, he'd hit my hands, do these combos. And it was mostly just, you know, beautiful women because it was in South Tampa.
Yeah.
And they'd mess up and hit me in the face or whatever.
Nice.
Oopsies, whoops, oops. So most of my day was just getting hit by beautiful ladies.
women.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad.
I'll take it. What part of your journey was that? Was that pretty early on?
What, the boxing thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I was in college, so pretty early on.
So you just did that because, you know,
It was
a way to make money.
Yeah, something to do. Plus, I didn't like working in an office. I worked in an office for one summer. I had an internship, and I just hated that so much. It was in D.C. You'd have to like take a metro downtown,
Yeah.
and it was just so depressing and sad. I remember there was one day coming back on the metro, and I'm standing on the train, and every single person on the train had their eyes closed. And I was like, this is so weird and sad.
Yeah,
So I was
it's
like, I
surreal.
never want to be stuck in this. Screw that. So, yeah, just seeing, you know, powerful images like that, I was like, this is no way to live. So I've, you know, since that moment, I've been trying as hard as I can not to have a desk job or something like
The
that.
typical, yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like that's what life should be about. I don't know. It doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Got so much energy in us. We should
Yeah.
be doing fun stuff. I don't know.
I always say just find something you love to do that you're willing to do it for free,
Mm-hmm.
and then perfect the craft so much that people are just willing to pay you for it.
Oh, sure. I mean, I drove here for free. I don't live near here, but you know, you seem to have nice cameras, and I was like, okay, it looks pretty
Yeah,
professional. I guess. Yeah, it's got lights up. You know,
Something to do, right?
yeah. If it was a bad quality production, I probably wouldn't have done it. But you sent me a video, and I was like, yeah, this looks nice.
Awesome,
I could
man.
come check this out.
Yeah,
you got a brand, you know. You went through the
Yeah.
trouble of making a box logo, so you put a lot of effort into this. So I appreciate if you're passionate about something. I go, okay, I'll go towards that.
Yeah, man. I actually, during the pandemic, and I talk about this in a previous podcast, but during the pandemic, I actually quit my job. I'm one of the few people that actually quit
Okay.
to do this full time because I always had that itch, man. I always had
Yeah.
the creative itch, and I had to create, and I've always been into film. I've always been into video creation, video and film. And, it was always in the back of my mind. I did work the desk. I did work the office job for quite a while, and I went to college and I did all the things that I was supposed to do, and I just wasn't happy. I always had that creative itch in me. And when the pandemic hit, everybody started working from home, and that was it, man. That was what I needed. That was the push.
Yeah.
So what was the push for you?
I lost my mom when I was young. When I was 16, I lost my mom. And then from that moment on, I was like, it's going to be comedy forever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that like a coping mechanism, would you say?
Probably. I don't know. It just, for me, it seems something like, it's like, anybody could go at any moment. I never know when I'm going to go. So it's like, I might as well be spending every moment I have pushing towards what I really believe in. Because, if I die tomorrow, I don't want to be somewhere else going, darn it, I wasted my time. Yeah. So since that moment, I was like, it has to be comedy, and there's no other option.
How old were you?
16.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been tough.
Yeah, it was tough. So, here we are.
What was your big break? What was your first big show that you did?
I'm still waiting for it. But the first big show I did,
I mean, you've been doing this professionally for a while, so.
I mean, my first weekend at the Improv, my first full weekend of like hosting shows at the Improv, because I guess I was like 22 or 23 maybe, and it was Pablo Francisco, who was like my idol.
Nice.
So like to get my first full weekend with my hero
Get outta here.
was like crazy.
Wow.
And we immediately bonded, and I've worked with him many times since, and we talked to each other on the phone and stuff. And yeah, so like to be able to meet my hero and have him
And work with him.
and have him like really like my act and be like, yeah, you're great, like you're awesome. So yeah, that was a huge moment for me to get confirmation from my hero, and it's been like that since then. I've been working at the Improv in Tampa for over 10, 11 years now, and I've gotten to work with most of my heroes and a lot of big names like Anthony Jeselnik,
Oh, yeah,
Doug
I'm sure.
Stanhope like 2 weeks ago again, and just Margaret Cho, Natasha Leggero. Who else? There's been so many. I work with Ron White.
The improv's pretty big, man.
They get a lot of like celebrity
big
comments. I got
names.
to do Kevin Nealon this year, Nick Swardson, Chris D'Elia, beforehand. But yeah, so it's like it's been like a never-ending stream of like big name celebrity comics who are also like, you're great, you're a star, you're gonna make it. So like that feels really good.
That's confirmation there that you're not wasting your time.
Exactly. If it was the other way around, that'd be way worse. But it's like I've gotten so much positive feedback. It's like, okay, I know for sure it's gonna happen.
This is my path.
Yeah, it's like I don't know when or how, because I've gotten to do 2 TV shows, which was big for me. I did one called Are You the One? Which
I saw that on Netflix.
They put it on Netflix. It was a dating reality show, but it was like, it was 12 episodes, and, I was the comic relief throughout the whole show.
That's awesome.
So, people recognize me, and I still get recognized for that in the streets, grocery store. People, hey, you're the guy.
You're the guy on Netflix.
Yeah, and it's cool because now, too, I get recognized from TikTok just for my stand-up clips.
Nice.
Like, one of my stand-up clips has 9 million views. And for a long time, it was like in the top 3 or 4 stand-up videos on TikTok. And I was like, wow, this is one of the most popular stand-up videos in the world.
Yeah.
So that was, that's been exciting. So yeah, people go, oh, I saw you on TikTok today or whatever. So that always feels good.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of recognition around town, just, on a weekly basis. So yeah, it's all positive feedback. So, that just pushes me to drive more, I got to make it. Every day I'm calling, I'm so close.
Yeah.
I'm so close. And I run this organization called Tampa News Force. The logo's all faded. It's a big one on the back.
Tampa News Force.
Tampa News Force. But we do satire, comedy, news. We like show up to crime scenes or
kind of like The Onion.
Yeah, but like we're actually doing video segments in the street.
That's
like
awesome.
meeting people and they talk to us. Like I've gotten to meet a lot of political figures and celebrities. I got to interview Jon Stewart one time on camera, which was huge. And like our mayors and stuff, Jane Castor and Congresswoman Kathy Castor, and the police know who we are. They love us. We have a cop friend of ours who we interview. So it's just trying to push in every direction at all times.
You have to diversify.
Yeah, I have a comedy music album out with 12 music videos on my YouTube right now. So like music and stand up and this in the street stuff. I have dance videos up.
The creativity is off the charts.
I never stop.
I love it.
I have to make stuff at all times, or else I feel like I'm not doing anything.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did the pandemic affect the improv at all?
Yeah,
shut down for a little bit.
Pretty much all stand up stopped for like 3 months.
Yeah,
that's as long as it lasted. 3 full months, and then stuff came back.
Yeah,
but yeah, for 3 months there was no stand up, and that's the longest I haven't done stand up in 14 years.
Wow.
So that was did
that kind of force you to diversify a little bit and kind of reach out to other mediums?
Well, luckily I filmed so much like sketch comedy with my friends that during the pandemic I had 15 sketches still already filmed that I needed to cut. So it's like I never stopped putting out content through the whole thing. And people are like, are you still putting stuff out? And like everything's shut down. It's like, well, I never stopped filming. A million things already. So yeah, I think my YouTube now I think I'm almost at 700 videos on YouTube.
Wow.
So it's a lot of videos.
Is it all amazing? Is it all like gold?
I think so.
Yeah.
The world might not agree. But yeah, it's crazy. Out of 700 videos I've made, I don't know, 5 have done really well. Which is
that's okay.
Yeah, it's just brutal. But it's that's the game, I guess. You never know.
You're playing the long game.
Yeah, you never know what the internet's gonna love.
Yeah.
Because I put out so much stuff where I watch and I go, this is amazing, and then the internet just doesn't care.
Yeah, it's get 3 views.
Yeah, but then some certain stuff, it's I don't know, I guess every factor worked out. It's the lighting is good, the sound is good, the coloring on the video is good. So it's there's lucky moments where every factor lines up and then it's TV quality or whatever. And,
I'm a videographer, so I'm a stickler for quality. But the thing that I like about TikTok, of all places, is that it rewards authenticity.
Yeah.
I've noticed that, like, if the more produced it is, the less views you get.
True.
Because they kind of just swipe away thinking it's an ad or something.
Yeah.
So it's,
yeah.
I love the raw, just pick up your phone and just record something.
So, some of those biggest videos are just people talking on their phone, doing an impression or doing something silly, and then 10 million views.
It gets,
It's crazy.
And it's all about that first couple seconds.
Yeah.
You just got to catch their attention.
Yeah, you got to hook them immediately,
that
which
hook.
is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, to figure out what can draw people in just like that.
Do you ever go through like spurts of like, you know, where you just can't think of anything, like a writer's block, or you just a ball of energy?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of times where I feel like I can't think of stand-up jokes, but when that stuff's going on, then I'll try to shift my attention to like sketch ideas. So if I can't think of jokes, I can still think of something
Little
else.
Sketches, yeah.
So, or even, just any sort of creative outlet, even if I'm like drawing or painting. Like I need to do something, and then that'll, motivate something else. I work out a lot every day too. I just came from playing basketball.
Nice.
Right now, I either bike, I play basketball, I go to a gym and hit a punching bag, or I mess with a kettlebell. But I got to do something every day. I got this crazy energy. I don't know. I think part of it could have been the Tourette's. I was real strong as a kid, which, could kind of confirm that theory of when you lack some other capabilities, your physical gets stronger.
Yeah.
So
it kind of compensates.
When I was a senior in high school, I looked just like this, and I could max out bench press 300 pounds one time.
Outta here.
Exactly. And people would bring their friends up and go, "This guy didn't bench press 300 pounds," and they go, "No, you can't." They go, "I saw him do it." And so it's pretty wacky.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, you're just a ball of energy, man. I love
know. I feel like Ron Paul in the debates back in the day. You remember Ron Paul running for president? Every question they asked him, he tried to save the whole world.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do you think about, Iraq shooting at our planes that flew over?" And he's like, "Why are we flying planes in Iraq, guys? Like, we should be shooting." Like, so it's like every moment I feel like I gotta completely pour it all out. It's like, what is the government doing? Yeah, I think a lot about political stuff too, because George Carlin, he was like one of my biggest heroes. Wow,
that's my favorite.
Which was he was like, I think that was the first celebrity death where like I really like felt it and cried and stuff. Other celebrities not so much when you're a kid, but yeah, he died in like 07 or 08.
Yeah, that was a big loss, man.
Yeah,
that was a big loss. I've been watching him since I can remember. I remember the what is it, the 10 things or the 7 words you can't say on TV.
7 words you can't say on TV.
You want to say them now?
I think that's shit, piss, cock, cunt, motherfucker, tits. I don't know if that was 7, but I think that's most. Shit, piss,
he's like says it all.
I don't know. Yeah. And he works them into different scenarios. But yeah, his political stuff was crazy. Yeah, all his religious stuff and government stuff. I can't believe it. God, all powerful, omnipotent, just can't handle money.
Just can't handle money.
Always needs a little bit more. Talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, that was a big loss, man. And speaking of the the industry, the comedy industry, what do you think about what's going on with comedy? They're kind of, everybody's so sensitive now and political correctness. So what do you think about all that?
Well, I also believe that all of media has kind of realized that the best way to get attention is just manufactured rage. Like, all this stuff is not like, anytime the TV or the internet goes, there's outrage over this and that, and people are going crazy for this. It's like 6 people who are mad. Like, anytime they put quotes or put like Twitter quotes on the news, I'm like, you really quoted a guy's Twitter? Who gives a shit what this person thinks? So it's like, yeah, some people are pissed about stuff, but that's just the way they market stuff now. Because then you go, oh, well, I gotta look for myself to know, because that's just the best way to sell shit. People don't care about hearing, oh, it's good, go watch it. That just doesn't get as much attention as saying, it's pissing people off. So, yeah, because it's not just comedy, it's everything. Politics is that way, too. Movies is that way. This movie's canceled because somebody, is fat and gay, and they called him fat and gay, and they don't like that. So it's like,
it offended like 3 people, and like,
it
got canceled.
Yeah, Shang-Chi is canceled. Why? I don't know. Go watch. Go see for yourself. So
I think that actually has the opposite effect. because of the outrage and all the, like, I think it draws attention to it. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like Dave Chappelle, like his comedy special. It got so much attention, and he did not back down.
No.
Like, he was like, this is comedy. If you didn't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah.
And I think it had the opposite effect, man. I think the LGBT community kind of went after him a little bit, but it kind of backfired because now his special is all over the place. Like, he's all over the news, and
Yeah, exactly.
No news is bad news.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, people who actually get canceled or whatever, it's usually obvious, and they do actual bad things. Like, you know, these sexual assault things. It's like, yeah, that's bad. Like, real actions are bad, but like literal jokes on a stage.
Yeah, like if you're taking advantage of a woman, like
Yeah.
that I understand. You know, if you inappropriately touch someone or you do something like that,
Yeah.
that's against the law.
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, absolutely, get canceled.
Yeah.
But by telling jokes,
Yeah, those are real bad things. Yeah, but they're trying to lump it together.
Yeah.
He's just saying they're no different. It's like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense, because it's like, if it was bad, I think the world kind of is deciding by still loving him. It's like, if it sucked, people just would say it sucks and not watch it and say he's bad.
You're not his audience.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Sure. Yeah. If there's a lot of people, yeah, I mean, you know, everywhere he goes now, he's getting standing ovations before he even talks. But you're so brave for.
If you've seen the stuff that he's put out before,
Yeah.
it's the same. Like, he's never changed. He's always had that same stance, and it's like, why now? You know?
Yeah. And it's just, yeah, the last special, it's I don't even think it was as much controversial. It was just a little bit lazy. Like, as a comic, I just go, oh, you know, he's just complaining
Yeah.
a little bit. I was talking to another comic about it, and he goes, all it boils down to is he's going, black people have it harder than trans people, and that's what he's complaining about. He's complaining that trans people are comparing their struggle to the same struggle as black people, and he's annoyed at it, so he talked about it, and now that's the problem.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
Ruffled
you're
a
allowed to
couple
have an
feathers.
opinion. Yeah, sure. Maybe, yeah, it's two different struggles. You can't really compare them, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's two different things.
Yeah, I mean, just because he can't relate to your struggle doesn't mean, I mean, maybe they can't relate to his struggles either.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's you know, Caucasian LGBT community going after a black guy, you know. And I've always said the whole Black Lives Matter thing, when that came along, I had a little bit of an eye-opening too, because, you know, I know that I have white privilege.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I admit that. And it's something that, you know, a lot of African-American people are not, they're not born into it. So they have a different experience than me because of the color of my skin. So we were born into this system, and I can't relate. You know, I don't know what they go through.
Yeah.
But you have to be empathetic enough to, you know,
Yeah.
realize that their struggle is real too.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I totally get it.
just because my struggle is a little bit easier, you know, it's still a struggle. You know, it's I don't know.
Oh, yeah. A lot of my comedy videos, I go, I'm only getting away with this because I'm a white dude.
Yeah.
I did one where I was Loki the other week, and I stood on the back of a flatbed truck and drove through Ybor telling jokes as the character Loki from Marvel.
Nice.
And we drove past cops, and they're looking at me, and I'm like, I'm only getting away with this because I'm wearing a suit, you know? It's like I'm a well-dressed white guy. If I was just a black kid, they'd be like, what is he doing on the back of a truck?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's
a black kid
apparent
with a
all the
hoodie,
time.
and then it's like they stereotype and
Oh, yeah. But if I got white privilege, I might as well use it for performance art.
yeah,
Might as well push it towards something that people can enjoy.
right.
If it's going to be there, I can't just get rid of it. I mean, yeah, it's like I can grow my hair out and look homeless, but I'm always going to have,
Yeah.
still going to be white guy. Lucky me.
White guy.
Yeah.
So what's next for you, man? What are you striving for? Just kind of keep making content.
Yeah, go viral somehow, be able to make consistent money on TikTok or YouTube or anything. I'm in the running to get back on another TV show, which would film next year. And they've been in contact with me for like 5-6 months at this point. And,
Netflix?
no, it's a network show.
Oh, okay.
Which should, be on one of the main things. But yeah, so it's like fingers crossed I get that.
Can you talk about that? Like what kind of show is it?
I don't think I can.
No, okay.
It's a new show.
Okay.
It hasn't been made yet.
Is it a reality show or is it?
It's a little bit like it's like some sort of reality competition, something. But yeah, so that'd be great. I mean, I'm always sending out emails. I'm always just reaching out to everybody possible. Can I get on this thing? Can I get on this network? Can I do it? So it's like I'm trying as hard as I can, just always reaching out to people. But it's like, you know,
It's that constant hustle, man.
yeah, if I can get one email back, you
Just
know,
one.
all I need is one. I'm on LinkedIn, you know, messaging executive producers. Look at my special. Look at my TikTok numbers. Because, like, I have good numbers, and, you know, I'm praying every day, please, God, just an opportunity. What am I still doing here? So it's like I'm putting out all my energy every day, just begging for something. And
It's
you know,
consistency too, man. You got to
Yeah.
stay consistent. 'Cause
Oh,
if,
yeah.
If you stop, then people kind of forget about you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like I perform, you know, almost every night, and you know, whether it's a paid gig or an open mic, like it's, you know, it's open mics during the week.
It's exposure, yeah.
Yeah, till Thursday or Friday, then the weekend shows start. And yeah, so it's performing at nighttime, editing, shooting videos during the day, and then playing basketball in between, pretty much.
That's awesome, man. Do you even have a personal life? Because I know I don't.
Yeah, that's the tough. I realize that I don't have any friends who aren't stand-up comedians. All of my friends are comics. I just, over the years, I mean, those are the only people I want to be around. Comics know how to
Exactly.
get to the part of the conversation that matters.
I was just gonna say, like, you have to surround yourself with people that kind of are like-minded people that are pushing you up, not dragging you down.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't have much of a life outside of comedy. And the thing too is, like, with stand-up, you're out every night at like bars or like fun party venues anyway. So it's like when I'm not doing that, and it's like, oh, should we go out to a bar? It's like I've spent the last
I live in
14
a
years
bar.
of my life in bars. Like, yeah, I'm pretty good now with like moderation of drinking or any other kind of stuff though, because there was a time in my 20s I used to run like 4 or 5 open mics every week. And there was a period of like, I don't know, 40, 50 days where I just like been drinking every night straight, just because I'm in bars and clubs, and part of the deal is like free drinks for you. So it's like, well, I got to get my money's worth, I guess. So I'm
right.
just drinking every night. But yeah, so at this point, so many years, I think I'm pretty healthy and good.
You're healthy.
But yeah, you know, it takes time to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a constant struggle, man. You have to just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, even if you bomb.
Yeah, that's just, you know, that's just fire.
It's
that
part
just
of
makes
it.
You just go look at what didn't work.
That's part of it.
Yeah, so there's been plenty. So I think I'm pretty good now. That's why I bomb less now, because you know, you save material that could bomb hard for later in the act. The first few minutes are getting them to like you. You know, do some easy whatever. You know, get them on your side so you can build credit.
Yeah.
And then I start doing the church jokes or whatever. And then I start doing the crazy shit.
Once you hook them, man, you got them.
Yeah, and they go, oh, what? And I go, well, remember, you guys liked me earlier. You have to still like me now.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Yeah. So where can people find your stuff, man? What's your what's your
John
social?
Jacobs on YouTube. My Instagram is Maybach Diamonds, and that's my Twitter too. I don't know why. Those are just the two
You don't know
nicest
why?
words I could think of at the time. I was like, these are the most luxurious things I could think of.
Nice.
Maybach Diamonds. So yeah, anytime
It
after
sounds
shows.
fancy. I was going to ask you about that.
Oh yeah, people ask after shows. I'm like a little embarrassed to say it, and they're like, "What? May what? Huh? Maybach what?" Yeah, Maybach Diamonds. They're like, "What the fuck?" And I go, "Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you know,
That's
it's,
my
it's what
name.
it is.
Yeah." So Maybach Diamonds, John Jacobs CC on TikTok, CC for Chevy Chase,
Nice.
and yeah, so I'm all over that stuff.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. I just want to make it. I don't know. I mean, I like doing what I do, so that's, you know, a big part of it, where it's like, I think, you know, most of every day I'm doing everything that I just naturally want to do, you know, which I think is a good feeling, to wake up and then I kind of do whatever my first thought is.
It's all those micro actions. It's not,
Yeah.
people think it's this one thing that you have to do really well. No, man, just do a couple of little things consistently over time, and you'll build an audience. You'll get
Yeah.
people that are like-minded that'll follow you.
Yeah. The only thing that scares me is just the years of staring at the computer editing stuff. Like, I feel like my eyes have gotten worse, and like, you know, I see veins in my eyes now, and it scares me because I'm like, am I just going to keep looking at a computer screen until I can't see anymore?
Pretty much.
And like, what's going to happen? Am I going to like, I'm all of a sudden going to get famous right as I lose my vision or something? Like,
I'll be the blind comedian.
yeah, it scares me that I'm like burning out and I don't even have it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm 14 years deep. I feel like I want to retire. Like I'm like, I feel like a tired Vegas act who's just like lived in a club my whole life, and I still haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm going to get in and they're going to be like, you just started. I'll be like, no, I didn't.
You're like 60
I'm
years
dying.
old now.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it.
What do you think of Louis C.K., man? I know he was...
I mean, he's one of the best comics ever.
I love Louis C.K., man.
Yeah, I saw him live at a theater when I was in college, and he was amazing. And yeah, I mean, it's an interesting deal because, yeah, Dave Chappelle kind of defends him too as well. But I guess the issue is like, he asked these people if he could masturbate in front of them, and they said yes. But people are going, well, they only said yes because he's powerful. So he's, they only let him do it because they thought they should let him do it.
What?
So it's a weird dynamic of like, he still asked permission, but they're going, well, it's not okay at all because...
You shouldn't have asked for it.
You shouldn't have even asked because you're a big celebrity, powerful person, and you should know that people are just going to do whatever you say anyway. So you're abusing your power. So it's like, I don't know, maybe, man. I guess people should just say no. I don't know. Just if somebody wants to masturbate in front of you, just go no. Even if it's a celebrity you really like. And if it's a celebrity you really like, just let him masturbate in front of you. You love him, right? I know, Sarah Silverman. Yeah, she'd go, Louis would masturbate in front of me, and then we'd be like, all right, let's go get pizza now. So it's like, yeah, it's an interesting, and it's like, yeah, if you love this person so much and this is what they need to do to make the thing that makes you love them, it's like, well, this is how the sausage gets made, I guess.
I guess.
You wanted to be close to the action. You just,
There it is.
Yeah, it's a weird deal. Sometimes the biggest people just have these weird things, which, I don't know. It's a weird deal because you see these patterns, and it's like, is that just what it takes?
Yeah.
You want to be a superstar, you got to have sick things going on in your head? I don't know.
I know he came out and said something that was pretty interesting, is that because now I don't know if you know, but he's performing again.
Yeah.
Like he's doing stand-up again. And he pretty much says that the whole cancel culture is interesting because you're only canceled if you let them cancel you.
Sure.
Like if you let Twitter kind of take your Twitter down and they just keep harassing you until, submit.
Yeah.
If you don't submit, you're not canceled. Like,
yeah,
I know some companies are going to get iffy with you and they're going to pull out, kind of like what they did with Dave Chappelle. They kind of pulled a lot of his deals and stuff like that. But if you don't back down, man, you're going to get more. Like,
yeah,
I think that's braver.
Yeah, Louis was doing some school shooting jokes and like something that came out.
He's always been super controversial.
Oh, yeah, and like people are groaning at him, and he goes, "What are you gonna do? They already can't. What are you gonna do? Take my birthday away from me?" He's like, "I don't have anything.
You can't take anything else away."
Yeah, you can't take anything from me now. So yeah, it's a weird deal. I mean, because I have like an hour of political stuff, and I can barely ever do it because it has to kind of be all together for it to work or be powerful.
To make sense. And,
yeah, so it's like I've tried it a few times to do it all the way through, but it gets mixed reactions. But, other people will come up to me like, that's amazing. We love that you did that, very potent stuff. But it's just hard to do because it's a tough subject to,
especially now.
To keep it funny enough.
Yeah.
Versus just
for everybody, because now it's everybody's all left or right. So it's like you're either going to make some people laugh and some people upset, or the opposite.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't talk about either side. I just think the whole thing itself is awful. Crazy. So it's like I'm not saying either side is right or wrong. I'm just saying the whole system
I'm making
is
fun
messed
of
up.
it.
Oh yeah, I'm making jokes about it. Yeah, the whole system's terrible. It's not right. I don't know. So.
Hey, dude, maybe you can do your set here.
Yeah, I'll do a special. Can't walk out if it's on
BlueBox comedy special.
Yeah, the BlueBox comedy special right here. We'll project me into Madison Square Garden or something.
Yeah, there you go. I got a green screen I can put up.
Yeah,
here.
they don't know. I go, wow, cool. Yeah, splice it with. Some
he played at the
shots.
Madison.
Yeah, we'll just mix it with crowds going crazy. He's killing it. All right. Yeah.
See, political comedy can be funny.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Carlin did it.
Yeah.
So it's like I just see that. Yeah, it's like I see that as the example. It's like he's proven it can work. And there's other comics who can do political stuff and still make it work. But I guess it's just, I don't know. It's keeping them engaged enough and keeping them interested and not making it feel like a TED talk or you're preaching or whatever.
You got to slowly kind of ease into it a little bit.
Yeah,
kind of like the TED talk where it's kind of preachy. And
when people go, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
that's what I noticed too a lot with comedy clubs. A lot of times people don't go to comedy clubs to like think critically about stuff.
No.
They want to hear me talk about drinking and smoking weed and fun stuff.
They just want to laugh. They want to drink. They want to have a good time.
Yeah, I start talking about political stuff. They're like, huh, what? I didn't come here for this. So yeah, it's hard to weave it in.
It used to be religion. Religion used to be the off topic. Like,
Sure.
you don't want to talk about that on stage, but now it's like,
yeah, I talk a good amount about religion,
Yeah.
and I tell the people too. I go, I pray, I believe in it. I don't think I'm hurting God's feelings. I think He's gonna be okay.
I think it'll be
I
all
make
right.
some jokes. So yeah, it's like trying to show people like it's okay to just talk about whatever you want, as long as you have good intentions. Like, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to, make the whole concept look bad. I'm just trying to make jokes, I guess.
Yeah, man, you're not trying to make a big statement.
No, I'm just trying to have
you're
fun
just trying to
and
make people laugh.
Yeah, just think about something in a little different way.
It's escapism for a lot of people. I know that's why I go to comedy clubs.
Yeah, just to take people's minds off their life for
Yeah.
a few minutes or whatever. Yeah, so movies, all that stuff. It's just not think about anything for an hour.
Have you acted in anything other than the reality shows?
Just sketches.
The sketches?
Yeah.
Like YouTube sketches?
Yeah, and I made a short film about my life, like kind of loosely based on my life, and it was called Living the Dream. And it literally starts with me waking up and living a full day all the way to me going back to sleep at the end. And I think it's pretty good, and
Nice.
it's a pretty good picture of what it's kind of like to just be a comic. So it was a good one.
That's cool. I got to watch that.
Yeah, please check them all out. All 700.
They're all on YouTube?
Yeah, they're all on my YouTube.
I'm going to binge watch them all.
Yeah, there's different sections, films, music videos, stand up. So it should be pretty easy to find all these different things.
What kind of music videos?
All of them. Rock, rap. I got a gospel one, country song. So yeah.
Let me know if you need a videographer.
Yeah, he can do it. Yeah, you're an award-winning videographer. I saw them all up there.
Yeah, man. For music videos too, so.
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah.
So, okay, my next music video, I'll get you involved.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do
good.
it.
Sounds good. Sweet.
So you're from Washington, D.C. What brought you to Tampa, man?
College. Got into
College.
school. My dad wanted me to go to college. I didn't really care about any of that stuff.
Why didn't you go up in D.C.? Why Tampa?
I didn't visit any schools until I had already gotten in.
Oh, okay.
Just because I didn't really care about any of this stuff. But I came down and I saw Tampa, and I liked the weather, and I liked that the city was just empty. And DC's packed and crowded.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is way better. It's so much more relaxed. And that's
More room to grow.
Yeah. It seems more room, more space. So I liked that a lot. So I just came down, and
It's changing though.
yeah,
There's
more
a
people
lot of
showing
people
up.
moving up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the Bucks. I think it's because of Tom
Probably.
Brady. Everybody, because I tell people all the time, when somebody was a Patriots fan, more than likely they were a Tom Brady fan.
Yeah.
So when Tom Brady moved, they kind of moved with him.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, Tampa's going to be the next Miami.
there's tons of people moving here because of him.
I believe
Tons and
it.
tons.
Yeah, there's so much construction, just more traffic now.
It's exploding. But
It's-
this is the place to be, though.
Yeah, I love
That's the
it.
place
I
to
love
be.
Tampa.
Yeah, you got in when you should have.
Yeah, it's the best. I think Tampa's the best.
I like Tampa.
So I'm fine being here probably the rest of my life.
Awesome. You have family here?
No.
No.
Yeah.
They're all up in DC?
Dad in DC, and I got a brother in Amsterdam.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just up and let's go to Tampa.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. What other jobs have you held?
Nothing real, really.
Nothing.
I mean, at this point, I do some video stuff. Every now and then, somebody wants me to film or edit something, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, nothing. Well, yeah, my last few real jobs, I was a janitor, I was an Uber Eats driver, and yeah, the boxing trainer. So just weird, physical, simple stuff.
You should write a book, man.
Yeah, I did when I was 21.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, didn't do anything with it.
No.
No, because so much has happened since then too.
Yeah.
But
I keep adding to it.
yeah, I don't know. I a lot of times I think nobody cares about what I have to say anyway.
You'll be surprised, man.
Yeah,
You'll be surprised. I mean, you have an audience already.
kinda. I still don't believe anybody really cares about anything I do. I don't think I'm engaging enough in my media because I'm not one of those people who's doing the selfie videos yo, what's up YouTube, hope you guys are having a good day. I just never do any of that.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't follow anybody on my social media. I on my Instagram I have 26,000 followers, and I follow Tampa News Force. That's the only person I follow. So it's I just don't care. I don't want to see anybody's shit. I don't care. So it's I think it's hard to build a following when I just openly don't care about anybody else whatever they're doing.
No, your following's bigger than mine.
It's only because of the Netflix
consistency.
thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Netflix thing. Yeah, that's pretty much where it all came from.
Nice. What was it like shooting with Netflix? Like, what was the production schedule? Where did you guys shoot?
It was MTV, and then Netflix took it.
Okay.
And it was in Hawaii, and it was in a big mansion in Hawaii.
Nice.
And they were just filming 24/7. So I'd wake up at like 1 p.m. and there'd be a camera over me.
They'll tape you sleeping.
Oh yeah, I'd go, "This is the shot you want, huh?" But yeah, it was great. I just did whatever I wanted. I'd get drunk every day and just have fun and be silly. And they loved it. They're like, "You're perfect."
That's exactly what we want.
Yeah, it was exactly what they wanted. So it was good for them and good for me because it was just having fun.
Cool. How long did the shooting last?
It was like 55, 60 days.
Oh, okay.
Like that, yeah.
Was it like a contest? I haven't seen it.
Kind of, yeah. It was like a contest thing, but it was everybody.
People got voted off kind of thing?
Yeah, nobody got voted off. That was the thing. We all kind of worked together. It was like we either all win or we all lose.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. But it was a dating app?
Yeah, it was a dating show. It was 10 guys and 10 girls, and you got to figure out who your like perfect match is. They predetermine who you're supposed to be in love with. And we got to figure out who we're supposed to be with. And if everybody figures it out, we get money.
You all get money?
We all get money. We all split $1 million. Nice. So we were supposed to get 50 grand each. They gave us 32 grand each just cause. And then we still had to pay taxes on that. Oh, they lied to us. They said your prize money was in bank annuities, and they didn't do as well. So,
what?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know how that's legal.
I wonder if that happens more than people think it does.
I think so, yeah, because I talked to the other seasons too, and they said the same thing of like, yeah, we didn't get the money we were supposed to get, which I don't know how they get away with that. But
yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, and then the company
that promised you 50 grand, like.
And then the company that made it, our TV show, changed the name of their company the next year and became a different company, and I was like, why'd you do that?
So you can't sue them?
Yeah, pretty much. They were like, oh, it's for insurance reasons, but it's like, I think it's because all of your previous contracts are now void.
Yeah.
So it's a weird deal.
That's wild.
But yeah, so that's how it works.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my. I'm trying to produce original content, and the goal is to get my stuff on Netflix.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That's the goal.
Hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Yeah, it's probably about enough then.
Yeah, it's almost an hour.
Yeah, I think they're sick of it, right, guys? I can't believe you're still
sick
here.
Of you. Are you still watching?
Yeah, is anybody still here? What was your favorite part? Text us in. Vote A or B. Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope this runs for 1 million episodes, and this will be the next Hot Wings or whatever.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. Is to have just local artists. I'm gonna start local and then just kind of branch out too, but. Yeah, man, I just want to feature just creative people just because I'm on a journey too. Mm-hmm. So, it's a way for me to meet creative people, maybe collaborate in the future. Yeah. If you want to do the comedy special, I'm totally down for that.
That'd
be great. We typically do a Christmas special, which is just music, but I'd love to just start producing BlueBox original.
Hell yeah.
Anything. Turn my BlueBox platform into like a Netflix kind of thing.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
Well, thanks again, dude. Thanks again
for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate
and hopefully we could see more of your stuff.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Go ahead and tell them your social again.
John Jacobs, YouTube, Maybach Diamonds, Instagram, Twitter. Say hi. Yeah, DM me or whatever. TikTok, John Jacobs CC. Great stuff in there. You'll like it.
I gotta check your TikTok.
It's good. My TikTok's the best thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to build mine up too. Which, by the way, is BlueBox Digital on TikTok. That's where I'm posting most of the animated shorts. Everything else is going to be on YouTube. So if you want to head over to youtube.blueboxdigital.com, it'll take you right to my YouTube channel. And then obviously on social media, I'm at BlueBoxDigital1. So yeah, I usually post like behind the scenes stuff. The podcast, all this stuff is going to go on YouTube. And obviously, if you're interested in following the podcast, it's available on every podcast platform. And now we're actually going to start doing video because before it was just audio. So
sweet.
We used to do just video on YouTube, but now they're allowing us to do video podcast.
Okay,
so,
sweet.
Yeah, we're going to start putting that out. So again, thanks again, John, for joining us today. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks you.
Thanks for having me. See you in the future, everybody. Good night.